Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co, and this is News and Week in Review, where we're going to go through a variety of news pieces, the videos of the week, the games of the week, all of that and more. Links and timestamps to everything down below. In the news category, we only have two short pieces of news to cover, but I will also be going over the Gamefound Feast release titles. But we have over on Board Game Wire, we have Spiel Essen record eyes record 220,000 attendance as world's biggest board game fair expands into 7th huge hall. That is a very long title. What is going on back there? I think I have cats going on back there. Anyway, Spiel Essen. So Spiel Essen, they're going to be expanding into a 7th hall. We're looking at record attendance, which is pretty insane. It is going to be my first time at Essen. It seems insane. Like, I mean, Gen Con's my biggest convention until now with like 85,000 attendees. This seems to be almost like 2.5 times bigger than that. More than 2.5 times. Almost 3 times bigger than that. Essen. I am very excited and a little nervous. I've never gone to something this ridiculously huge. Then we have, in less fun news, we have Amigo Games is shutting down, unfortunately. They're shutting their U.S. operations specifically, citing tariff uncertainty is the final impetus, which again makes sense. These kinds of things, tariffs are a factor in this over on Board Game Wire as well. I'll have the article linked down below. Basically, Amigo Games released a statement saying that, again, there have been struggles, there have been situations, but ultimately tariffs just represented a incentive to finally shut down and close up shop and give in to the market forces that are making it too hard to sustainably run an operation, which again, much as there are companies that will survive the tariff uncertainty, tariffs constantly do fluctuate and change, and companies have to make decisions based on having no idea what the actual future holds at any point. I'm friends with a lot of publishers in the board game space, and I regularly see Facebook posts of, hey, I just got a $40,000 tariff bill that I have to pay all of a sudden. Like, these new things that just completely change the way any publisher can possibly operate. It's a little insane. Like, when you imagine you make a game, and your profit margin might have been $50,000, and you have to write a $20,000 check to, tariffs. It's a big chunk of your money going away. It's a big extra chunk, unless you incorporate into pricing, but depending on when they came out, you may or may not have been able to. Like tariffs, the news around tariffs have gone a little bit down as the completely crazy uncertainty has shifted, but things still do change. There still are constant fluctuations. It is not fun to have to deal with this as a publisher in the space. But with that, let's go ahead and review the Gamefound Feast. Gamefound put out its October Feast. Usual reminder at this point, I am CMO of Gamefound. I host the Gamefound Feast, but this is the part where I get to talk a little bit more frankly about just my overall thoughts and opinions around the various games in the Feast, because we have some feasts that are better than others, and not just better than others, every person's going to have feasts that have games that are more for them or not for them. So this is me just kind of, as a gamer, talking about what excites me about the upcoming Gamefound Feast. So, these are the projects that they just announced over here. We have Altered Seas of Unity. I've played Altered, I've enjoyed Altered, but I never got into Altered, and honestly, I think there are too many card games in my life as it is, so I'm happy for people who like Altered, but I'm not particularly into it. Dungeons & Dragons, Xanthar, Device Holder. Not a D&D person, not a collectible person, it's not for me. Quake the board game. Very intrigued. I grew up with Quake. I loved Quake. Quake is a great game. I'm curious whenever a game is adapted to tabletop form from a video game, it's always a question. Stalker, to me, so far, is the gold standard of first-person shooters adapted to tabletop form. Most of these, unfortunately, have not been as good as Stalker. We will see where Quake goes. We have The Hunters 1492. Never played this one. I played the sci-fi version of it, the original game. This was the subsequent version, and this is a reprint and second edition. I am more intrigued in the theme of this one, but I played the original, and for me, it was lots of solid things going on about it, but ultimately there's too many campaign games and I wasn't as pulled in by it. We have Claustrophobia 1692, a game I've never played and have tried. I've owned every iteration of this game and have never once played this game. I've learned the rules, I've set it up, I've never gotten it actually tabled. Maybe this will finally be the time, we shall see. But also, I never got a review copy, meaning both in the past, there are always games that I just bought myself, and I'm usually more flexible about letting go of a game that I bought myself, versus review copies, it's a commitment, so we shall see. I don't think I would seek this out because I've tried twice. Again, it's just situation, it's circumstance, but the game is a 2-player asymmetric game, very well rated, very well loved. There's a reason I picked it up, for some reason, it just never got tabled. We shall see what happens. Travail. Travail has me very intrigued. This one, the art's not pulling me in, honestly, but the roguelike kind of gameplay, the 1 to 2 player count, I like when a game embraces a player count that really works, so we shall see with Travail. Fireteam Zero, never picked it up, don't know enough about it. I've always been interested in it because it's a miniature, like, shoot things kind of game, but I never actually tried it. Goa, again, another game that I've owned but never tried. Goa is a well-rated, well-loved Euro game. I'm very excited for this one because this is an opportunity to dive into it from what's it called? From what is it called? Quined. I was looking at it. It's like Cranio? No, Quined. Quined is putting this one out. I love the box art, like the new look. It always looks very dry and bland, so I am excited for Goa. Artiver, the game of resources, looks like a economic resource game. I don't know enough about it to be significantly pulled in. Inferno 1348. I liked Inferno, but I didn't love Inferno, so that's a pass for me. Hegemony, Shadows of Authority. This is a tricky one. I like Hegemony. I don't like teaching Hegemony. I've talked about this before. This is one that I'd happily play, but again, I don't think I need to own it because I don't think it'd be enough to me to pick it back up. Dice Quest does look fun. I like Skytier games in general, an accessible game from them. This seems like the kind of game that could get tabled. No idea if I'll like it, but I am very much interested in it. Then we have Boss Hunters over here. Boss Hunters is from Synergic Games. I liked their last game a lot. I'm not a huge fan of the art on this one, and they are controversial because they very publicly embrace AI. They have a process for it if you don't like AI art in games. I don't know if this is AI art. I assume it's AI art. Happens to be this one's not pulling me in as much as the last one. Like the last one was AI art. I did like the art. But Boss Hunters, I am intrigued by this one. I will certainly try it, but I'm not quite. I think art is such a huge factor. Honestly, even Dice Quest, I'm not super pulled in by the art. Both of them are cute and cartoony. Neither one is significantly pulling me in. Both of them I'll happily try. Shiver Me Timbers, don't know. I'm not intrigued enough by it. Bantam West. Now this one I played way back when. I'm curious about the changes they've made. We shall see. I likely will end up trying this one, but we'll see. We have Carnivore. Carnivore, not interested enough in this one. This is from, they had a previous game that did very well on crowdfunding. I just don't know enough about this. It looks very skirmish-based, and skirmish-based is usually not my jam. So that's the Gamefound Feast overall. For me, my favorite 3 titles in the Gamefound Feast. Let's go ahead and go through my favorite 3 titles. We have to go with Travail, I'm very excited for. Travail, Goa, and probably Dice Quest. I think those would be my personal picks overall, and I think I'd rank them in order, Goa, Travail, and Dice Quest. Claustrophobia is a tough one. Like, I am intrigued about that one, but I can't get over the fact that I've never actually played the previous versions that I have. So, excited, but also don't know if I'll table it. We'll just see. But again, there's not a reason for it. Sometimes I just get a game and it just doesn't get tabled. There's not a reason. By all accounts, Claustrophobia is the exact kind of game I should be playing. You know what? I'm gonna play Claustrophobia hard. No, I'm not. I'm gonna stick with my guns. I'm gonna keep with the original 3 that I gave. That is basically the Gamefound Feast. With that, we get to go ahead and move to our videos of the week. Videos of the week, we had games leaving the collection on Sunday. This is the regular games leaving the collection. This time was actually all games leaving the collection. There will be, I think I've said this so many times by now, but there will be a massive end of year purge. I think I'm getting to a point where I realize that with the amount of new games I play for the channel, the amount of games that I can realistically hold on to from games that I love and know, I'm holding on to too many. I need to make some hard cuts. I don't know what that's going to look like because I think it's easy for me to say in my head, I'm going to make some hard cuts. And then when it's time to actually take a game that I love and get rid of it, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. Like Empire's Age of Discovery. I haven't played that game in 5 years. I don't think I'm ready to get rid of it. It's a great game. But there's so many great games. So like, I actually got rid of Empire's Discovery once, and then I decided to change my mind because I like it so much. So we shall see. I'm saying now I'll make hard cuts. Honestly, if I can get my collection of owned games down to 200, I'd be happy with that. That does represent getting rid of like 100 games, by the way, so we'll see what happens. But 200, I think I could be happy with 200 games. I think that's a nice number. That would not count my kids' games. I would keep a separate category for my kids' games. And it wouldn't count unplayed. It's just 200 played games. I'm gonna try. I will see if I can do it. This is gonna be maybe it'll be a blog, maybe it'll be a series. I don't know. I'm gonna try. Anyways, that is basically as far as games leaving the collection. Then later in the week, we had 17 Board Game Arena reviews. This is a series I did. I did a random thing, a random video 4 months ago doing this, and now as I play new Board Game Arena games, I will eventually do a 17 Board Game Arena quick review video. Then lastly we had Where Are They Now, which is a series that I forgot existed. I forgot about Where Are They Now, and I didn't do Where Are They Now videos for 3 months, and then I need to play catch up, but for right now we got caught up with October. And then on, that is Where Are They Now? That was the videos of the week. Which brings us to the games I covered this past week. Games I covered, we had a bunch. We have Cascadia Alpine Lakes, got a solo gameplay as well as a review. Gave it a 5 out of 5. I love it. I have not loved every single Cascadia thing that has come out. I've loved original Cascadia, and then since then it's been a series of mixed results. But Cascadia Alpine Lakes is absolutely amazing. It brings back the magic of what I discovered with the original Cascadia. Hello, bud. Hello. Oh, you need to go down, unfortunately. Cascadia Alpine Lakes is is really, really well done. The mystery puzzle of climbing up and the way it adjusts it, I think is fantastic. Again, I have a solo gameplay and I have a review. I highly recommend the game. Then we have White Castle Duel. I really like White Castle Duel. I felt it captured what White Castle did well, but it did it in a 2-player mode. I think I prefer the 2-player mode. I don't yet know if I'm keeping it. It's on my keeping shelf over there right now. But again, they're being realistic with what I will actually play versus what I want to play is a different conversation. Then we also had a preview and a comparison from Taboo Vampire Palermo Rising, it's called. Taboo Vampire the Masquerade from Taboo Palermo Rising. That was done by Meg. I did not play it yet myself, so I played the original. I have not played this new version of it. Then there was a Dungeon in a Box kind of map rollout. That was basically the scrolling map for Dungeon in a Box. Not really a review, just I think it's a very cool accessory, and I want to showcase it, so I did a video for that. And then we had 2 expansion reviews. We had Dreadful Meadows Candy Cove, giving a review of that one. Overall, gave it a 3.5 out of 5. It's new characters for the game. It's nice to have. If you like the game, it's more new stuff to have, but it's not essential by any means. And then there was a review for Hellbringer's expansions, both the original expansions and then the new expansion that's on crowdfunding right now. I did a review because I already reviewed Hellbringer a while ago. This is me telling you about my thoughts about how the expansions make up the experience. Overall, I enjoy some of the expansions more than others. None of them are bad, but there's medium and then good and better as far as the expansions go. But I gave my thoughts on those in that video if you want to check that out. And that brings us to today. Today we'll have a few things. We will have a Tranquility the Descent video going up, giving you my thoughts on the newest Tranquility. Stay tuned till the end because I have mixed thoughts on the experience, and I have positive and negative. I have mixed thoughts. Check out the video, but you can see it there. And then we have Arnak Twisted Pass, or more specifically the Arnak Big Box, which includes Twisted Pass. I review both the Big Box and Twisted Pass in this video. That will be going up later today as well. And then next week we'll have a lot of things. We'll have an Honor's End playthrough going up. That's an active crowdfunding campaign from Ivy Studios. I already did a solo playthrough, but there's going to be a group playthrough. This one's sponsored. The solo playthrough is not sponsored. Group playthrough is going to be sponsored, but you can check out that if you want to see the dynamics at play with a 3-player game. And then I'll also have top 10 great games I don't own. That's a video that I've done this in the past. This is me diving back into it for another look. I'm actually revisiting a few series. Hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be doing a video on 10 games that will never leave my collection, which is a video that I've done in the past, and so far it's still true. So far the 10 games from that last video still have not left. But I don't know if I still would put those same. I mean, I'm not. There's going to be like some overlap, but there's going to be a new series of 10 games with some overlap based on like my current thoughts, based on my current thoughts. My gaming tastes change over time, and in that video, in that original video, I specifically say, there is no never, there's just like never as of how I feel right now. But times change, life changes, and games do eventually leave, although those last 10 have been safe so far. That is basically as far as next week, which brings us to the games on the table. Games on the table, these are all games I hope to be diving into. Well, this week we have Threshold, which I've already played on TTS to get a learning game out of it, but I will be diving into the physical game in about an hour from now, I think. Then we have Tokaido Duo over here, playing the 2-player version of Tokaido. I've read the rules, I've prepped, I'm ready to go. Hopefully tabling this possibly today, we will see. We have Star Wars Unlimited. I may have put this on the table in the past, hoping to get it tabled. I did not. I played Star Wars Unlimited. I haven't played this intro box. I want to go through this kind of, because what happened with Lorcana for me, Lorcana was an interesting one. Like, I played Lorcana, but then my daughter only really got into Lorcana when I started going through the intro box with her. So I was very excited to see this because my son's played Lorcana with me. My son's played Star Wars Unlimited with me. I'm curious if this brings him along for the journey of deck building, of tweaking, of adjusting, and the way my daughter got into Lorcana. I'm curious if this gets my son into Star Wars Unlimited, just because his name is Yoda and he likes Star Wars. And then we have Storyfold Wildwoods, which I don't know if I'll get to play this week because this week Essen, like next week I'm traveling to Germany for Essen, so it's gonna be a short week. But if I have time to play it this weekend, I will try to dive into this. I enjoyed playing it the last time I did. I enjoyed playing the prototype, and I want to dive into it. As much as I will be doing a large campaign game purge in addition to all the other purges, I still have room for things that I think can realistically be started and finished. That's my main criteria at this point. Can I start it and finish? I'll talk about it more when I do a full campaign game purge. Anyways, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you have an excellent week. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy the games you're playing, whether it's video games, board games. I hope you enjoy the time you spend with family, friends, and all of that. And as always, I hope you have a good one.